Hey guys, welcome back to Ivy Crypto. Hope you are all having a fantastic day. Today I wanted to make an update video on my top Cardano ISOs and ISPOs. I made a video about this in February. It got over 6,500 views and a lot of people are asking for an update. So I thought I'd bring that to you today. At the time of this video, it's March 20th and there's a couple of pools that I didn't mention in the previous video that I'd like to mention in this one. So before we get into it, this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a girl taking you along on the crypto journey. Now, first and foremost, right now, there's a lot of buzz around Ardana. So of course I have to mention that in this video. Now, guys, I don't want to be negative and the intentions of my video is never to be negative, just to give you information and make you think. So Ardana is launching an ISPO. Now, the actual ISPO does not kick off until July, but the snapshots are going to start taking place on April 1st. So what I'm seeing is a lot of people are starting to delegate to these pools in the next couple of days, obviously to meet the April 1st epoch. Now, there's a couple of things that you really need to think about with this ISPO. They have not announced rewards. They haven't announced rewards. They haven't actually announced how much Ardana you're going to get, or Dana, per ADA. So that's something that makes me very uncomfortable. I don't really like staking into ISPOs or ISOs that don't have that. I made that mistake personally with Sunday Swap, and as we all know, Sunday Swap was really disappointing. So that's just something that I really recommend doing some research on this. Don't jump into it because it's the new shiny thing, but it may turn out to be okay. Something that's also worth noting is Dana or Dana, whatever, 2.62 ADA per Dana token. So I wouldn't be expecting great rewards out of this one because it's already very, very well priced. It's quite expensive actually, and it's gone up ever since the ISPO announcement. So I don't think that this is going to offer great bang for your buck unless you've got millions of ADA to offer. However, it is out there. Ardana is a popular project. People are talking about it. So I thought it was really important to mention in this video. Now, Ardana is the first all-in-one stablecoin ecosystem built on Cardano. It's a decentralized stablecoin hub, which will bring the necessary DeFi primitives needed to bootstrap and maintain any economy to Cardano. So it's fully decentralized, borrowing, store of value, and powered by Cardano. Now, one of the problems that I have with this method of doing things is that it does feel a little bit centralized, but that is just my opinion. I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys think. Up next is Empower. So Empower is a really interesting project. I really, really like it. I bought into their private sale and, you know, they've got an ISPO as well. So Empower is Build Community Impact. It's the first real-fi property platform on Cardano that combines emerging technology, sustainable building, and decentralized financial inclusion. So we're going to have a little look into what it is. So they build a better future through the Empower platform, enabling the building of affordable and greener houses in Africa through decentralized end-user finance, creating prosperity through property. Build a better future portfolio by supporting real on-the-ground finance housing projects with a solid base and an interesting beneficial return. So this project here, I love it. Obviously, Cardano has some big ties in Africa. Empower is trying to, you know, build a better world and obviously help people in Africa. So I really love the mission behind this one. They've had 2 or 3 successful rounds for the private sale. They sold out of the NFT. So this is, I think, you know, a bit of a dark horse in terms of projects. They are running an ISPO. In terms of rewards, you get 0.0034 EMP per ADA staked. So the rewards may seem low, but obviously, you know, there's a little supply for the ISPO, and it's doing really well. So having a look at the delegation, so there's 17 million or 16 million active stake in one of their pools with just over 1,800 delegators, and their second pool has over 7 million with 584. So that's a pretty decent, you know, you're looking at about 23 million ADA delegated. This hasn't been heavily advertised, heavily marketed. I think it's mostly only really known to people that have bought into this token or heard it from friends. So I think Empower is definitely one that you should add to your list to check out. Now up next, I talked about it in my previous video. I've done some separate videos about it. Flick, okay? You can't really talk about ISOs and ISPOs on Cardano without mentioning Flick. Arguably, in my opinion, the best in terms of rewards. So for the Flick ISPO, you get 0.33 Flick per ADA staked. Now Flick's trading around 1 cent per token at the moment. Again, you know, we're in a bit of a down market. Everyone's sort of in a limbo, but the price of Flick has held quite well. What I love about Flick is obviously what they're trying to do. So they are decentralized media. They've come up with the DEMI or the DEMI revolution. So they're a Cardano-powered community media incubator. And when you think media, we're thinking a multi-billion-dollar industry that these guys are trying to change. So Flick allows you to vote on media projects that you want to see funded without looking or sacrificing your Flick tokens. By voting on projects, you receive Flick and ADA rewards through voting, incentivization, and distribution royalties. So obviously we're talking about the ISPO, but beyond the ISPO, you're going to use these tokens to vote on projects, and those projects are going to make you passive income through royalties if they do well. So it's income on top of income as far as I'm concerned when it comes to Flick. Now, at the time of this video, there's over 50 million ADA in the Flick pool, which is just absolutely fantastic. There's a great article on what the remastered ISPO is, so be sure to check that out. But this is definitely a great project, a great team, and a really good ISPO, which still has a couple of months on it. Now, another one, this one hasn't started, but I definitely think you should keep it on your list and watch it, is A-Starter. So A-Starter is another Cardano project. They've got a lot of the IHOC Foundation devs. It's got a really, really good team behind it. So I'll show you it briefly. So not only do they have people from IHOC working on their team, but they also have people from Emergo. So there's a lot of ties there, as well as ties to people from Yoroi. So some very interesting stuff here. Now, before I show you the website, they ran a poll which had about 33 comments around ISPOs and what would people want to see. They're really community engaged, and their stuff seems to get a lot of engagement. So I'll be very curious to see how the ISPO goes once it starts, what their approach is going to be. But I definitely know from briefly speaking to the team that they do not want a Sunday swap situation. They really care about the stake pool operators and how that's all going to work. So this is one to keep an eye on. And in terms of what they are, it's a DeFi infrastructure hub on Cardano. They provide fair, safe, and accessible open finance services on Cardano, developing decentralized finance application for the Cardano ecosystem. So they are going to have the 4 core applications: a launchpad, a DEX, a money market, and a tech service platform. So it's very interesting. They're working on all these projects sort of at once, but launching them one by one. They've got a 2-tiered token model. They've got a DeFi Hub. You know, there's all sorts of stuff going on. But the most impressive thing about this particular project, and why I wanted to include it, is they have some serious firepower in their team. So definitely think this is one to check out. Again, the ISPO is not live, but these guys are in motion. They're in the game. They are going to do an ISPO soon, so keep them in mind. And lucky last, in terms of ISPOs, you can't not mention Ray Network. So Ray Network is an advanced DeFi ecosystem for the Cardano blockchain platform. They provide a whole range of blockchain solutions for Cardano, from DeFi exchanges, API provisioning systems, light wallets, minting tools and explorers, to different SDKs that open the blockchain world to thousands of crypto enthusiasts all over the world. So Ray has a 0% fee ISPO. X-Ray tokens are distributed through a fair launch. Delegate your ADA to Ray pools and receive 1 X-Ray each epoch for every 405 ADA you staked. So I'm not going to lie, the rewards on this one aren't the best, but big things I think happening for Ray Network. I think this project is very underestimated on Cardano. So 10 plus unique projects waiting for your DeFi actions. So they've got a lot going on. And again, they've been building, and not a lot of people talk about Ray, or X-Ray, sorry. So Again, this is one to check out if you've got a big bunch of ADA that you want to stake. The pools are active right now. So you can see here they've already distributed 40 million X-ray tokens. They're mining 405 per ADA, 405 X-ray, sorry, 405 ADA per X-ray. So again, stake ADA in Ray pools and get 4.5% ROI with extra rewards each epoch, 1 X-ray per 405 ADA staked. So again, you know, an interesting ISPO. And in the FAQs, you can see a bunch of stuff here, but you can actually see the rewards distribution and you can see what's happening live. So I really like their dashboard. They've got 11,000 delegators across 5 pools. So, you know, they've saturated like a bunch of pools. So obviously people are really liking Ray. It's currently priced, I believe, at 11 cents per X-ray token on MuesliSwap. Again, an interesting project. I think a little bit undervalued and not often spoken about, but one of the ISPOs that I definitely think you should check out. Now guys, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the content, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel for plenty more on Cardano, crypto, NFTs, and everything in between. Let me know in the comments what your favorite ISPO is, and as always, watch this space.